Hey guys, Jessie here from Urban Legends Antiques, and this week I'm painting a desk. I've had this desk for a while and it didn't sell, and what that usually means is that it needs a makeover. So even though it's a pretty wood color, it didn't sell, so it's getting a paint job. I'm doing it in a high contrast style, which is one of my favorite looks. I do this look in my home all the time. High contrast is a very dramatic look. Well, it can be a dramatic look, and it gives your room a pop. It adds interest. There's a little bit of tension in the look, and it's the theory that opposites attract. So in colors, you're going to pair light colors and dark colors. In textiles, you're going to be pairing smooth, luxurious textiles with a rougher one. In walls, you can have rough walls and matte walls, or rough walls and smooth flooring. In your reflective surfaces, even you can have an antique mirror paired with glass. That is a form of a high contrast. Or like one of my favorite looks is to have iron and glass paired together, because the iron is rough and the glass is smooth and see-through, and that's one of my favorite looks as well. For my desk, I'm going to choose the classic combination of black and white. I have seen where people are doing blue and white as well, or blue and beige, but I like the black and white look. And for the base of the desk, I'm going with white instead of black because I think it will add a little bit more interest to my desk. I'm using the color Hail by Chalky Chicks. It's one of my favorite whites to use because it has the tiniest little bit of black in it. And I've noticed that when I paint wood pieces with this color, I get a lot less bleed through than with other whites. I find that when I do a high contrast look that the white is always light and airy. There's a lot of movement to it because you can see shadows moving across it, and the black is dark and bold and moody and dramatic, and it calls for something light against it. So the colors actually complement each other and call for each other, and it makes them both more beautiful and interesting to look at. Now that I got the base of this desk painted, I'm going to move on to the top of the desk, and I'm going to do the top in black. You can see the price tag on it from when it was in my shop. These are the knobs are on it. I think I'm going to switch them out, but I need to tape over the holes where the knobs were so I don't get any overspray on the inside of the solid wood desk. Now that I have the holes where the knobs go taped over, I'm going to do a good cleaning on this desk just to prep it for a paint. I know in some of my other videos you guys have seen me do some major cleaning and prep work prior to painting. I've done like a lot of sanding and scrubbing with scrub brushes and the little wire scrubbies to prep a piece for painting, but this piece was well loved by its previous owner and it doesn't need that. I'm just making sure that all of the dust is wiped out of it, and if there's any oil, that I have it cleaned off. The body of this desk is big and bulky, and I'm carefully moving it onto its sides. That way I can paint the bottom part first. It looks like there's a product number and some measurements stamped on the bottom, so I'm not going to paint that part. I've added a little bit of water to my black paint, and I'm just shaking it up now so it'll be thin enough to go through the sprayer. I've chosen my favorite black by Chalky Chicks. It's called Starless Night, and it's a true black. I'm carefully going around the edges of the desk, avoiding the stamp, and this is the part where your legs would go underneath the desk, and I'm just painting this part. It's starting to get a little bit cloudy on my camera because of the amount of paint that's in the air. I've decided to leave the top of the desk its natural wood color and just to paint the sides of the body of the desk. I really do love the color of this wood, and I'm hoping that by painting it in this style, it will be interesting and unique and someone will want to purchase it. I did not tape off the top of the desk because I literally decided in the middle of painting the desk that I did not want to paint the top. So I'm just being careful and going along the very edge and trying to avoid painting the top at all. If I do get a little bit of overspray onto the top of the desk, I'll just wipe it down later. This is a close-up of my technique. I'm walking that line right there along the edge of the desk and avoiding the top of it with paint. I've just angled my paint sprayer down and I have the nozzle adjusted so that it will spray vertically instead of horizontally. I'm using my thumb as a guide along the edge of the desk. If I feel any paint hit my thumb, I know I need to angle my sprayer down more. And now I'm just going to get the rest of this desk painted. Looks good. I'm really happy with how it came out. Now that the paint on the desk is dry, I'm going to clean the top of the desk off and make sure that there isn't any overspray on it. So I'm using Method Cleaner and a lint-free cloth. My technique to clean overspray off of furniture is I will spray the cleaner and then I'll let it sit for a second on the piece of furniture. Then I'll lightly wipe the entire surface that I'm cleaning to make sure that it's all covered with the cleaner. And then once that's done, I want to give the paint a chance to kind of break up a little bit, and then I'll go with my lint-free rag and I'll wipe really hard, which is what I'm doing here. I'm pressing firmly down and wiping off any excess paint. This is the same technique I use to clean the inside of furniture because overspray does happen. As you can see, there was some overspray on this desk. Now I'm going to rinse the top of the desk with water and another lint-free rag, and this will help to pull off any of the extra cleaner that was left behind. I don't do cleaning videos. I know I film stuff for YouTube, but I feel awkward having people watch me clean. Even though I love watching cleaning videos, I find them very, very satisfying. You can see the cleaner is still working and there's going to be some paint left over on the rag, so I'm going back again, and this time I'm pressing really, really hard. I'm just using water and the lint-free rag to help remove any of the paint that's left over. Now that that's all done, it's time for clear coat. I'm using my favorite clear coat by Rust-Oleum. It's the clear matte for chalk paint. I'm going to add in the clear coat and then a little bit of water to thin it out. This is what I do every single time, and it's always worked really, really well for me. I don't get any yellowing. I don't get any weird gunky bits. It's always been my go-to clear coat because it's always worked so, so well. You want to do 1 part water to 3 parts clear coat, and I've done this so much now that I'm really comfortable just eyeballing it. But if this is your first time doing it, make sure you use the measurements that are on the side of the hopper of your spray gun. I always cover up this little hole on the top of my hopper before I shake, shake, shake. And I'm not sure if you're supposed to or not, but it's always worked well for me, so I continue to do it. I also want to add that my clear coat is a water-based clear coat, which is why I add a little bit of water to thin it out before I use it. I would not recommend doing this with an oil-based clear coat. Okay, I've got it attached to the air compressor and it's time to start spraying. I'm going to do a little test spray on a piece of cardboard to make sure that I like the spray pattern on my gun right now. About a year ago, Chuck and I were really, really busy. We were drowning in work, and we decided we were going to save time and use our gravity-fed sprayer with a stain/polyacrylic mix. And while it sprayed really well and we were able to get the piece painted super quickly, the cleanup was horrible. I could not get all of the stain to come out. And because I couldn't get all of the stain cleaned out of the gun, we ended up having to throw it away. Yes, I am spraying clear coat onto the wood. Stay tuned, you'll see why. The underside of the desk is getting a coat of clear coat as well, and then I'm going to move on to the base of the desk. The base of the desk is going to get the same treatment as the body of the desk. Both the top and bottom of the base is going to get clear coat. I've got the desk put back together and my vision is starting to come to fruition. I'm going to use Melange organic hemp oil on the wood on this desk. It's the same as you would with wax. You put clear coat down first and then wax. For this, I put the clear coat down first, and now I'm putting oil over it. I really want this wood to shine, so I'm going to give this desk a generous glug of this wonderful hemp oil, and I'm going to wipe it down. As you can see, there's a beautiful, beautiful sheen that the hemp oil gives to the wood. I'm taking my time and I'm just buffing this oil into the wood. I chose this beautiful gold modern hardware for the desk. Again, it's that contrast between old and new, dark and light. In this case, it's going to be wood and gold, reflective and matte. I love that look, and I really think that this hardware is the perfect finishing touch for my high contrast desk. When I told Chuck my vision for this desk, he thought I was crazy. He could not imagine what I was talking about. But now that it's put back together, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and like and subscribe to my channel. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Urban Legends Antiques. Check out the hidden compartment in this lower drawer. Wait for it, wait for it. Boom. Isn't that cool? I love that. And then I always forget to push it back down when I close it. I hope everyone's having a happy holiday season this year, and I wanted to say thank you to everyone who's followed us on our journey. We just hit 700 subscribers on our channel, and we're super excited about it. You can shop the paint we used in this video on our website, urbanlegendsantiques.com. Stay tuned for the end of the video where I was having a little bit of fun with my sister. I'm Jessie from Urban Legends Antiques, and thanks for coming along for the ride.
Louise! Louise!
What?
I am your sister. I am your sister.
Dun, dun, dun.
Come to the dark side, Louise. We have cookies.